All weaponry, all weaponry, all weaponry. Slash it, stab it, bash it, charge it, shoot it, blow it, then you carve it. Mount it, slap it, blade it, block it, stun it, trip it, then complete it.
Okay, fine, I'll admit it, that was a daft intro. Hello everyone, hello fellow hunters, and welcome to a long time ago. Earlier this year, before Monster Hunter came out, I made a what weapon should you main type video, and I included my 5 favourite weapon types in that, and going back and watching it, I have a vastly different list now, and that's a big deal for me, because I am an unchanging creature. Change is scary, change is bad, and essentially that list remained fairly stable throughout all the years I've played the various entries in the series. But World changed things. My favourite weapons now look a lot different. And I thought it would be fun then to revisit the topic and have a huge war in the comments as to why every weapon but the one you made is inferior. Alright, let's do this then. In at number 5 is... well, it used to be Longsword, because I first started in my first Monster Hunter game as Longsword. I know. But I very quickly switched to Great and kind of never looked back, but I can't deny that I enjoyed it. Whereas now, it doesn't do a lot for me in World. In fact, this 5th choice, it's Hunting Horn.
Whoa, what?
Look, I always used to hate this, and I'm gonna say this straight away. This is the only one on this list that I actually still completely fucking suck with. I just really have fun while playing it. There is something so satisfying about belting out tunes, helping your team out, but simultaneously caving monster skulls in. I love the animations, I love the feel of the thing, it seems absurd, and I always had a kind of, Hunting Horn. You either never see them, or they're trash. I mean, really, what a lame weapon, and how foolish, young, and naive I was! Because there is something deeply satisfying about the whole package. The kick-up move as it slams up into the jaw of an unfortunate beast and it reels back and falls over, and you can almost hear the snap of its bone as the music melodies its downfall, and your allies are all there going, yes! I love it to absolute bits. I am a huge convert, and if you had told me before World had come out, right, based on my thousands upon thousands of hours across all the other games, what's the one weapon you would never see yourself enjoying, I would have said Hunting Horn without even thinking. So it's really quite a big deal for me, and I will admit, having the "Fear not, my children, for I am here to save you." Oh my god! They do exist! Oh, praise be to God! It's a really wholesome experience, so... the Hunting Horn, and if I had to choose my favourite one, it would be the Vespoid Flower. It's not a great horn, but it's very pretty, and it really brings out the colour in my eyes. Joe Horn would be the one I would commit to if I could only ever use one from now on, so... let's move on to number 4. We have what used to be Dual Blades is now the Light Bogan. I know, but I've really enjoyed its incarnation in World, and granted it's not crazy different, but what really makes it for me is the mine explosions. I absolutely adore them. Not to mention slide dodging an attack at the last moment is just simply pleasurable, and I will admit I get, genuine satisfaction. I'm so sorry. Out of being, well, support. I love applying statuses. Sleep especially is a lot of fun to set up. Everybody getting their bombs in. It's triggering this real moment of, whew, everybody calm. Let's do... No. Oh, you have Dual Blades. Why? and then everything is ruined. It's a thankless job sometimes, but even just hitting people with recovery and demon ammo is kind of neat to me. But I will admit my preferred build is this lovely article. I like how it looks visually. It's not the best fashion, but I definitely can get behind it. But it's just a Devil Joe shotgun spread 3 build, and I really do have fun with it. It's kind of dangerous. You gotta be super close, and you're kind of squishy, and a part of me feels like if you're gonna play spread, just play a melee weapon. And I do technically prefer Pierce, but there's something very just about blasting a monster's face off repeatedly. And look, I don't really want to focus too much. I'm hunting in a group, I'm just farming. Let's bust out the Bogan and just kind of help out. That's where it's at for me.
And I be telling ye my preference in light Bogan. It be the Odogaron to no surprise. I like me the blunderbuss lock because I really like pirates.
Not that I can do the voice very well, but yeah, I love the aesthetic. Coloring's great. Red is, of course, the best color, so it all around gets an A+ from me. In at number 3 then, what used to be bow has now been replaced by a bumped up dual blades, because really, there is a certain quota of I have to fill in my life in order to be a whole and complete human being. And I feel like dual blades is somehow simultaneously the coolest and lamest weapon at the same time. Because you look like a badass, the animations are slick, fast and furious, the dash dodge being immensely satisfying as you weave through attacks and keep slashing away in your demon frenzy, the wholly ecstatic experience of a perfectly positioned and full executed combo as you shred the monster with monstrous DPS. But then on the other hand, you of course have to deal with the fact that you are automatically a massive weeb if you choose this weapon. And of course, what I have to say is, damn it! Oh, but no, what bumped it up for me is the Beyblade Attack. I think we can all agree that it's in the running for single most, oh, fair enough, that's awesome, attack in the entire game. Whether you play the weapon or just watch it happen, there is always this moment of, oh man, that's cool, and I adore that, I really do. It's a fantastic idea, the damage is impressive, it's a spectacle, it's immensely gratifying to pull off, especially back to back to back, and it makes the whole experience tied up in a lovely bow of just simple coolness. And I can really dig that with the dual blades. And I'm a big fan of my set. I think it's incredibly pretty fashion-wise. It's pretty damn potent. I could definitely choose a better dual blades, but I like the fire and ice. I really do. I'm a big fan of them. Though, admittedly, my absolute favorite are these lovely specimens. I wish they were better, because I think they are by far the most visually appealing dual blades in the entire game, and I don't really think it's close, but oh, they suck so much! Alright then, number 2 on this list, and the most recent addition to my roster of, yeah, I actually really like that, weapons is Switch Axe. I'll admit, I have fallen in love. And I will further admit, most of the weapon doesn't do a lot for me. The wild swing is cool, the very acrobatic, wide swinging animations are also pretty cool, the actual switching animation itself, especially mid-combo, is satisfying, being able to use the weapon in a much more well-rounded fashion, switching more, using a broader spectrum of its abilities as opposed to the older games where it was a very narrow band of these are the good moves, ignore everything else. It's become a very entertaining weapon. But if it wasn't for the attach explosion, I'd be like, it's whatever. And granted, you might be saying, well, yeah, that's like the main, obviously that's the main draw, like, I mean, it's like playing Great Sword without true charge, I mean, really. But look, I think it is exponentially disproportionate to the rest of the weapon. Like, everything Switch Axe except that is like a 2, but then the attach explosion is like a 20 out of 10. It kicks it up so many notches that even Elzar is speechless. So, I cannot get over how much fun this is. Like, it blows my mind and the monster every single time. In fact, I think it might be the most single pleasurable experience in Monster Hunter to mount the creature and explode inside of it, and as you're there firing the flaming glowing embers of your 1000-degree knife and it burning and roiling and then poof, launching off it, stabbing your blade into the ground to stop the momentum, sliding to a stop as the monster screams in pain, parts shattering. It is just beyond glorious. I cannot get past it. There's just like this. I don't need to mount the monster right now. It's dangerous. I don't need to attach to it. This is not a good time. I'll just get hit off. I don't need to do that. Look, it's fine. I'll just keep coming. I need it. And you just attach and go for it, and it's worth it no matter what happens. I love it so much. My armor set for it, I'm pretty damn pleased with. I think it is a beautiful one fashion-wise, and the skills, I mean, if you're a Switch Axe player, oh, it's tasty, right? Now, I am dropping a little bit of offense for the health and the evade extender, but I cannot stand tiny hops. I feel like evade extender, at least on Switch Axe, is a very valid choice, and it does come with the stamina cap up, because it uses the lunar pieces to achieve it, so that's kinda nice. Got white sharpness for days, pumps out lovely numbers. I am really happy with what I've built here. So yeah, the lovely Switch Axe. Now, as for my favorite one, because I really don't like the lunar one that I am using, because I think Xenobits kind of ruin a weapon. It makes it so huge and floppy and I am a big fan of Teostra Castle. Visually, it's my favorite Switch Axe. I think it's very beautifully done. Again, red is the best color, but I also do kind of dig the base lunar one. I really will admit, I think it's very nicely realized. But yeah, number one then, no prizes for guessing this. It is, of course, the best weapon in the game. Look, you might be immediately going, come on. Does your weapon have great in front of it? No, it doesn't. Case closed. Fuck off. Great sword. Look, alright. Every weapon is very damn satisfying. It's all about what clicks with you, and great sword, it is bae. I adore everything about it. How it encourages you to play with a patient, knowledge-focused, positional awareness playstyle, slow and steady with the most impactful hits in the game. A wake-up hit is just eclectic in how emphatically it is every single time. And when a monster does go to sleep, it's just like, guys, step aside.
何人もの人がその力を次へと託してきたんだよ。みんなのために。ユナイテッドステイアツアバ
And then you're just I do the most damage. Do you see it? Do you see? Do you hear? I do the most me! I have the biggest numbers, which means I'm best! I'm not overcompensating. Not to mention how beautifully designed it is. The fact that the weapon pauses after a solid charge hit just to really sell it. It's an excellent exemplary example of quality animation techniques that really enhance an experience that you don't even necessarily notice. It sells the weight behind it. Every single big charged hit is another surge of that just reinforces that little connection, stokes its fire and grows your attachment to the weapon. That little surge of a pleasure, every well-placed, well-timed hit cannot be matched for me. Every time I know that I have completely outplayed this monster by guessing its intentions and shoulder tackling through its biggest move, brushing it off like, is that all? And then slam down in retaliatory fury. Oh, the shoulder tackle, my word, what an addition to an already incredible weapon. It gives it that little bit of utility it needs to play with that more stationary rock to the ground style that lets you just feel powerful, bulldozing through even the most potent of attacks and then returning with the most potent of attacks. It makes the greatsword a beautiful positional dance that is so rewarding to master. It looks simple from an outside perspective, I totally get that, but when you start to really dig into just what goes on in using this weapon well and not being a completely useless, constant missing moron, it A+, 10 out of 10 for me. Easily could be up there as the most enjoyable weapon I have wielded out of all of my gaming history, and I really feel comfortable in making that claim. Obviously not to mention the rocket-powered greatsword! Just enhanced the whole thing, and it's the best! It's the best! Look, I'm sorry, but it's the best! All I know for Danny's sake is she better be happy that you never become real. Alright guys, what are your favorites? Why do you love your main precious weapon of choice? I would love to get that discussion. I say discussion. I'm excited for this war zone of a comment. I want you to be all superior about it, right? I don't want you to be modest. I want you to get down in those comments and be like, excuse me, peasants, but if you're not using this, I mean, really, like, I want to see you all go for it down there. So, my name has been Josh. Like you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.
Rage gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.